And welcome to Eczema Phoenix, where we learn how to transform the way we live with eczema. My name is Terry Alabada, and today I'm going to continue my Traveling with Eczema series and talk about what it was like to travel in Amberley, which is in the South Island of New Zealand / Christchurch. Yes. so, I was there during winter, during their winter. So that was like August, end of August, and I really should have listened to people when they told me that not only is the South Island of New Zealand drier than the North Island, but you really do need a car to get around. It is quite spread out. I underestimated that, and it was so stressful trying to get around. That affected my eczema. I needed to get up super early just to really make any plans that I made count, because since I chose not to drive, I mostly relied on the inner city bus system, and that's like kind of a countrywide bus system that takes people to different touristy parts, and oh god, it's quite limited. Not just limited in where it goes, but it's limited in the timing. And in the South Island, often there would just be 1 or 2 times that you can choose from, which would be somewhere like 8 or 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And certain directions had later routes than others. It just required a lot of planning and coordination and getting up really early to have a proper full day. Anywhere it was dry. Oh man. It was just sort of a continuation of Melbourne. I was tired, I was flaking, I was tender, not really raw. It was just like a tough situation. It was not the easiest place to go. Christchurch was cool to see for the history. They have some pretty cool murals about the earthquake that hit them in 2011 and their efforts to rebuild and bring back the kind of the epicenter that it seemed to be before. I felt pretty satisfied exploring it for a couple of days. There's not very much there, but there are things there. It wouldn't be like visiting Auckland or Wellington, where, there's not earthquake damage to repair and things are, just more established and going. But I do wish Christchurch a lot of luck and strength. I really admired the mural stories and the different, and I took a tour, a tram tour, and that was actually quite good to get more insight about the history and what's going on with the city. So that's quite cool. I specifically stayed in Amberley, not a very well-known town, but it was much more impressive to me than either I or the locals thought. Many people there asked me why I even Airbnb'd there. Mostly it was just because it was in the budget, and I underestimated the distance of things as well as its distance to Christchurch. My hostess was lucky enough to offer me a ride on her way to work in the morning and ride home on her way back, so that worked out like that. Amberley has a lot of good food. I really recommend Green Duck Thai restaurant. Really delicious Thai food, very fresh, consistent, high quality experience and service. Matthew, if you see this, hi and thank you for always being just very welcoming and creating such a comfortable environment for me to hang out and have dinner every night for like my last week there. It was just so good, and it was also so cold that I really craved their spicy soups. Like their curry soups are so bomb. The green curry and the tom yum red curry soup, with rice, like so satisfying. So good. So yeah, and the shops there aren't many, but the ones that are there are quite modern inside, and it's just kind of funny because it's a small town, a small rural town, and I didn't expect that in that kind of setting being from the US, but this is a very progressive and well-traveled small town, and many people knew where San Francisco was and had actually been there, so says a lot about the area. I actually do recommend checking out Amberley and going to the Hanmer Springs, because you can go into the thermal pools and like just like really relax in hot water, and that's great in the winter. So that was my main experience traveling with eczema in like the Christchurch, Amberley, northern part of South Island, like northeastern part. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.